Hello, everybody. All things in this video are alleged. They are from my opinions only, and they are used for entertainment purposes. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about the video. Um, just please make sure you like the video because I'm a newer YouTuber, so I can get into the algorithm so people can find me. Let's get started. As we all know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta premiered tonight. They are back, and this is season 16, episode 1. Welcome back, Peaches. Of course, this episode primarily was about getting to know the the peach holders, the people that we knew and the people that we don't know who's coming into the fold, who weren't peaches, who have become peaches. So, with that being said, we have the intro where we're meeting everybody and we see where Portia speaks on her divorce. And, she says that she didn't know who she was married to. And she knows some people are thinking that this is her karma. Of course, as far as Portia goes, we have been saying, take us out the group chat, take us out the group chat, take us out the group chat. So we know that everybody knows what's going on as far as it relates to Portia and her divorce from Simon. This has been going on for months. We have been sick of the back and forth between her and Simon. And as we know now, Simon has been held by ICE. We don't know what's going on with that because we haven't heard a whole lot since he has been detained. We don't know if he's still detained or what. But as far as the Portia situation goes, we all know we have been tired of all the back and forth. So she wasn't somebody that we really needed to know who she was because we already know who she is. Of course, we're gonna be introduced to Shamia. We know Shamia as Portia's best friend. She has been a friend of the show for a long time. So we all know who Shamia is, but most people weren't aware of the wealth that she had, which is coming into play, which we're going to see because she lets us know that when the house that she lives in was purchased, it was the second largest purchase in Georgia during that time. So she lets us know that her house is a $9 million house. And of course, she gives a slight tour because she's walking through the house, and she lets us know that she's still trying to increase her family. Her family is over, and she lets us know that she has 2 girls and she's still working on trying to continue to grow her family. And she lets us know that, it's kind of hard considering her last child has had a lot of health issues. So with her wanting to continue to grow the family, it's a bit hard for her being as she had to deal with all that. And they asked her how she met her husband, and she was telling us how she met him, and she was just going on and on and on and on. And you could hear one of the producers tell her to, make it quick. And she just keep talking and keep talking and keep talking and keep talking. So it was a long drawn out thing. So she also lets us know that she was born and raised in ATL, so she knows everybody, and she's basically ATL's best friend, and she's gonna be the glue to this group. Next, we're gonna see Drew. We're gonna be reintroduced to Drew. We all should know who Drew is. She was playing football with her kids. She lets us know that her divorce has started. It's been going on for about a year. Then while there, Kenya shows up. But then I didn't know Kenya and Drew had this relationship, but I guess. But Kenya shows up and she asks where Ralph is. We found out, which we learned this also in the blogs, in the media, that Ralph was moved to the basement She says they communicate through an app. And she said Ralph likes to start drama in the app, and she wants to, you know, say a few choice words, but being as the judge can oversee and see everything that's going on in the app, she doesn't say what she really wants to say. Drew tells Kenya that she's doing music with Dennis. And of course, Kenya asked her if Portia knows. Of course, Drew says that, well, she asks, how does Portia feel about this? So she says, Dennis says that he had talked to Portia about it. But Drew didn't say she had talked to Portia about it, to my understanding. But she says that Dennis has been her saving grace through this whole thing. Next, we're gonna meet the new lady, Kelly. We find out she has four daughters. She's having her oldest daughter, Chloe, and she's 17. She's having her birthday party, and she asks for a pink Birkin for her birthday. We also found out that Kelly is going through a divorce, and she's from Baltimore, and she owns Nana's Chicken and Waffles. And we see how she gives her daughter a lot of purses for her birthday. They got name brand this, name brand that, name brand, name brand, name brand. So I guess. The next thing we're going to see is where Portia is at the attorney's office, which all of these scenes that we're seeing with Portia, we've already seen it all over the blogs already. So it's really nothing new there yet. Everything that they're showing as far as Portia goes, we've seen it on the blogs already. But you know, it shows that she's at the attorney's office. She says she hasn't dealt with the emotional part of filing for the divorce from Simon. And she says she's just dealing with his logistics. She's saying he wouldn't tell her about their financial, you know, assets and things. And of course, we know that he didn't want her to film in a house because there was a whole back and forth about this filming in the house. Eventually, you know, the judge sided with her and they let her film in the house because here we are. She's filming in the house. And we know he fought that for a very long time. Now, how this is going to end and play out, we don't know. But we know that this has been an ugly divorce. We don't know how it's going to end, but right now it's been very ugly. She states that she thought they had great communication, but then, you know, their communication started to lack, and she felt like it was intentional, that he was intentionally trying to leave her out of certain things. When she was asking the questions, he wouldn't give her the answers. So she said she reached out to him to establish some kind of communication to see if they could work things out. But he didn't want to communicate. So basically, she's ready to move on. The next scene we're going to see is, I guess this is where things are starting to heat up already on the first episode. But Shamia meets up with Kelly and Britt. And I guess this is our first time meeting Britt. And she announces that she's going to have a birthday party. And she tells them that, you know, Portia is her best friend. Of course, she's going to be invited. So she's letting them know the people that she's going to be inviting to her birthday party. And Kelly makes the comment of, why did Portia steal that lady's husband? And of course, you know, Shamia defends her friend because she's like, how do you know she did this, that, and the third? Were you there? And of course, Kelly is, no, I wasn't there. And she was like, well, do you know her? She's like, no, I don't know her, but I'm going off of the rumors, which, if we be honest, we all have been going off of the rumors. I like Portia. Don't mean Portia don't do some stupid stuff. But at the same time, we all have our thoughts as far as where it goes with her and Simon and Fallon. But you haven't, as far as I think about this, you haven't met Portia. You don't know her. Shamia has told you this was her best friend. Why would you come at her like that and ask her that? If you got questions for Portia, ask Portia. So, of course, Shamia did what a friend does. She defended her friend. And I can't even be mad at her about that. She did, I don't know if she did the best job defending her friend, but she did defend her. So somehow the conversation gets on Dennis. And we find out that Dennis is doing music with Drew. Because somehow Drew came up. I don't remember how. But anyway, when Dennis gets brought up, we find out that he was in Kelly's inbox. And he was like, I can't believe you had 4 kids, la, 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 la. So then we find out from Britt that, they dated way back in the day and he bought her a diamond necklace or something like that. Or was her bracelet? It don't matter, but we know that's what Dennis does because he did that with Portia when he gave her one way back in the day when they first started dating. But now, of course, it's gonna be a thing because now they're trying to find out if he's dating Drew. We're gonna find out. Anyway, the next day we're gonna see where Portia and Shamia meet up, and we see they go to a strip club. And Shamia tells Portia, well, she asks Portia, has she talked to Simon? And Portia tells her no, she hadn't talked to him. And she lets her know that Simon has actually texted her and, of course, congratulated her on her peach. Can't wait to see her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And, Shamia thanks him and she lets Portia know about it. Of course, Portia read the text. And then Shamia lets her know about the conversation that she had with the ladies the day before, where she met up with Britt, Edie, and Kelly. And she tells her that Kelly asked, why did she steal that lady's husband? So Portia is looking like, what's that? Y'all know how Portia do. But at the same time, you could tell that Shamia wasn't comfortable when Kelly said that, and she did defend her friend in that. But at the same time, when she was sitting here and she was letting Portia know, hey, this is what's going on, so she'll be prepared when they do eventually meet up, which we know they will eventually meet up because Shamia lets her know that she's having a birthday party and all these ladies are going to be at the birthday party. And Portia is like, baby, your birthday party is going to be interesting. But in this same conversation, she also lets Portia know that the ladies were saying something about Dennis and Drew dating, which is crazy because Portia, I guess they're trying to say it's karma because like Portia did Fallon because Fallon was her friend, which we know Fallon and Portia were not friends. They were on the same show. And of course, these shows always get somebody and have them introduce them as a friend, but they're not actually friends. So Portia actually, I don't know how close her and Drew were, but they definitely had more of a relationship than Portia and Fallon. So Portia is starting to feel away, but I felt like she shouldn't have been feeling away because, for one, all she's hearing is bits and pieces from what people are saying. You have no guarantee these people are dating. You're just hearing rumors that they may possibly be dating, but you don't know that. And now she's sneaking around with him behind my back. And I was there for her, this, that, and the third, but you hadn't had a conversation to find out whether or not she was actually sneaking around with him. You just jumped on this train and rode on it. I guess y'all just need something to create the drama. So I guess there's that. Anyway, the next scene we're going to see was they are starting to prepare for this birthday party and everybody is getting ready. We see Shamia is singing. Shamia is showing y'all she got some vocals, y'all. She's showing y'all she got a few vocals. And we'll see where Portia is getting her glam is getting done. And while she's getting her glam done, Cynthia calls her and they have the conversation about, what Shamia mentioned to her the prior day about Drew dating Dennis. And it's bothering her. But like I said, she tried to slide that in, and Cynthia's like, What? Run that back? What you said? And it's crazy because I just feel like these people should just sit out and have conversations. They just jump too quickly on stuff. We'll see where Kelly arrives early, and Shamia asked her to come early because she felt uncomfortable about the conversation that was had the prior night, because she's like, Portia is my best friend, and I didn't feel comfortable with the conversation of you talking about, well, why did she steal that girl's husband? Because at the end of the day, you don't know Portia, so you don't know the backstory as to what happened there. But then we find out that Kelly's husband cheated on her, which is the reason why she has such strong feelings as it relates to the Portia and Simon Fallon situation. Because I guess, she felt like somebody in it interjected on her marriage, and so she is transferring the emotions over to Portia and Simon's situation. So there's that. The guests we can see are starting to arrive. We meet Angela Oakley. She comes with her husband. We see Cynthia talking to Kelly, and Kelly is on this. Why she's still a lady husband? Why she's, because that's all she's saying. But if you finna be in this group of people, you're talking about, you're addressing the elephant in the room, right? But you still haven't met Portia yet, and you're steadily talking about why did she steal the lady's husband. Man, wait till you meet the girl, get to know her, try to get to know her, and not run around from person to person talking about her. I mean, you ain't even had time to give the lady the benefit of the doubt, because you got all these rumors and stuff that, transpired out here in the social media. So you can't really say what exactly happened. We don't know, because if we being honest, we heard that Fallon was messing around with the pool boy. We saw that. We saw them get together. We saw Fallon be pregnant by the dude. We saw all kind of stuff. But I know there's a group of people that's stuck on this is Portia's karma because she did steal that lady's husband. It is what it is, baby. We all do stuff in this life that we gonna reap what we sow for. But anyway, everybody is still arriving at the party. We see where Cynthia is there. Angela Oakley. We see where Brie Edie shows up. We see where Kelly is there. Of course, Kelly was the first to arrive. We see where Drew is there. And they asked Drew if she's publicly dating, trying to get to where they can ask her about Dennis, but they don't ask right then. We see where Kenya arrives. And we find out, of course, most of the ladies that's in this group are getting divorced. You got some that are married, but most of them right now are getting divorced. And all the ladies they're outside, talking and mingling amongst each other. They're waiting on Shamia to arrive. Of course, it's an all-white party. It's really beautiful. It really was. It was a beautiful party. Shamia has a beautiful house. So everybody is there, of course, except for Portia. And Shamia makes her grand entrance. Everybody is in white except for Shamia. She comes out in blue, and she comes out and she twerks and dancing and twerking and dancing. She thanks her husband, tells everybody how much she loves him. And she come on down. She asks where Portia is. Portia has yet to arrive. Of course, everybody is there except for Portia. Portia is the last to arrive. So Shamia is gifted a Rolls Royce for her birthday. Everybody's taking pictures, they're having fun, they're enjoying everything. And right as Portia, Shamia is gifted her Rolls Royce, which we've all seen because all of this has been shown on Instagram. And Portia walks up as Shamia is in the car. She walks up, of course, she hugs her, tells her happy birthday, speaks to Gerald, gets in front of the Rolls Royce and starts working. Of course, the ladies, Kelly has a lot to say. Kelly is very opinionated. I guess she's a little firecracker. We're going to see how her and Portia mesh because they didn't mesh too well this episode. They did not. But based off of her interview, she said her biggest issue was with Britt Edie, though. But in this episode, her and old Kelly didn't mesh very well. But she finally shows up, and Shamia wants to change, so they go in the house. Portia goes in the closet to help Shamia change. We will hear where she tells Shamia that she's sorry for showing up late. And I don't know if they're going to try to make this be something, a contentious situation in their friendship. I hope they don't, because they have been friends for a long time. So I really hope they don't let this show come in between that. But I'm not gonna hold my breath because they already showing where they're trying to cause a little bit of conflict. So we're gonna see how that comes into play as the season progresses. But while she's getting dressed, we'll see where Cynthia gives Kenya the rundown of everything, and Kenya goes to stir the pot. Baby, they go to get this drama pot started. And right as Kenya talks to Kelly about what was said, and she was like, I just want to know why she stole this lady's husband. Portia walks up right as they were about to talk about her. And so she asks Portia, she was like, she asked her why she stole that woman's husband. And so Portia is like, is that how you really want to, be introduced to me? That's how you want our first conversation to be? This is what you want the first thing to me to be? Because she's like, what's your name? What's your last name? I don't even know you. And the first thing out your mouth to me is, why did you steal that lady's husband? So somebody was like, well, she's really sweet. She's just trying to address the elephant in the room. I understand addressing the elephant in the room, but at the same time, wouldn't it make sense to speak to somebody before you just straight up be like, well, why you stole that lady's husband? You haven't even met the lady. You couldn't even say, hey, girl, before you was like, well, why you stole that lady's husband? So Portia's like, baby, we ain't even got nothing to talk about. I don't even want to talk to you no more. I don't want to get to know you. We what? Who said that? We ain't got nothing to talk about. So she basically told her she didn't even want to talk to her. So now Kelly is like, well, you're not even, in her confessional, if you can't own up to what you've done or address what you've done, then you're not a woman to me, or something like that, she said. But I understand where she's coming from, but at the same time, she don't know you, lady. She don't know you, so she really is not obligated to answer any of your questions. It's one thing if you were trying to get to know her, which it don't seem like you're trying to get to know her. It seems like the only thing you want to do is go, why did you steal that lady's husband? Don't get me wrong. We've all been there, but this part of the conversation, me personally, I'm over the Portia stealing the lady's husband of it all, because nobody is innocent in this situation. Portia isn't, Simon wasn't, Fallon wasn't, and the pool boy wasn't. So at this point, I could care less who stole who. I could care less about it. And I don't understand why Kelly is so pressed on saying, well, why did you steal this lady's husband? We at this point we don't care because we've been trying to get out this group chat for a while now. And now we like, I guess it's an open chapter. It's an open chapter that I personally want to extricate myself from. But this is what is on the show. So I guess we're going to see page for page what's going on with this divorce. We're going to see what transpires with her and Kelly. And I like to say, Kelly is a little spicy. And I just felt like she should have came at Portia a better way, because you can't just try to get to know somebody and come at them sideways like that. But that's just me and my thought process as far as that relates to me. Because if you trying to get to know me and you come at me like that, we ain't gonna have too much to talk about, because I'm gonna shut down and not talk to you. That's just me. And that is still in my mind. Like I said, if you done read the blogs, you know a lot that has transpired. Just like she said, she heard that on the blog, so she know a lot that's transpired in this whole situation. You reading the blogs, keep reading them. But anyway, they go to talking about it's too loud. They need to go to somewhere that's more quieter. We see the ladies get into an elevator and they go to another room so it can be more quiet and they can have more conversations to start more drama. And whenever they get to wherever they went into the house that was more quieter than where they were, they Shamia asked Drew, because they were talking about birthday parties, and evidently Drew had a birthday party and nobody was invited except for Portia. And guess who invited Portia? Dennis McKinley. So this is gonna be a season of Dennis. Nobody want to talk about the hot dog man all season. Jeez Louise. But anyway, Shamia asked Drew if her and Dennis are dating. That's how the episode ends. Everybody's sitting there. Well, Drew is sitting there looking shocked, like, what? What? Girl. It looks like it's gonna be a very interesting season. I hope don't nobody get to fighting. I really don't. I hope Portia don't get to fight nobody, because we know Portia will fight. Portia will fight. And it looked like her and Dennis gonna get into it, because she like Dennis playing with her. I hope they don't get into it. I really hope they don't fight, because they already got Portia out here looking like all she do is fight and do the stuff. But anyway, we're gonna see how next week ends. I enjoyed the first episode, so we're gonna see how this season plays out. I am gonna be here every week to try to get this review out. So y'all, that's gonna be it for me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this particular episode. Who do you like thus far as it relates to the new ladies? Do you think Kelly came in a little spicy? Shoot, I did. But I also noticed that Britt and Kenya got off on a rocky start. So I don't know if that's what's going to start everything off with them, but we could tell that they got off on a shaky start. So with that being said, y'all have an amazing night. Talk to you soon. Bye.